guys, Funtime Yoshi here. This is the second time I've tried recording this intro, but today I'm going to be doing my DIY on the peashooter zombatany. I already made one right here, as you can see. This is my one that I started off making. I made this a while ago. This is not the one I'll be making in the tutorial, but yeah, it's here. I'll actually be making the snow pea zombatany in this video, so that's one I'll be showing how to make. But you can use this tutorial to make any real peashooter zombatany plush you want to make. So I based this off of this normal zombie, the proportions of this. I recommend having a normal zombie by you so you can compare the proportions, just simply so that it won't be like super big or super small compared to the other zombie plush that you'll have. Alright, there we go. I just set up some magic deck boxes behind them. So I'll be showing how to make this. Now, first things you're gonna need. I'm gonna show off the basic cut pieces of fabric you're gonna need. Okay, I have all of the material out now. Some basic material you're gonna want. You're definitely gonna want some brown fabric, some gray fabric. You're gonna want a bit of red, some blue, and some white fabric. For now, you're also gonna want some lime green and dark green and black fabric. You're gonna want those three colors as well, but we'll get to that when we get to the head. Unless you're doing a snow pea or a peashooter zombatany that isn't green. In that case, you're gonna want light blue if you're doing the snow pea like I am. But if you're just doing the basic boyo here, you're gonna want lime green and dark green and black, obviously. You're gonna want to cut out some gray fabric that are around the same size as the legs, like same length, and are about triple as wide, I'd say. I'd say that's pretty accurate-ish. Basically, so you could wrap it around the leg and they pretty much almost touch. You're gonna want that. You're also gonna want to do the same thing with brown fabric that's around the same size as the arms. And then you're gonna want some white fabric, 2 pieces. Those two are in 2 pieces as well, but 2 pieces of white fabric that are as tall as the body, but a little bit wider on the sides as well. I'll get into that when we get into the gluing part. I want to make this very clear. I made this entirely out of hot glue. There's no sewing on this. If you want to sew it, go right ahead. However, if you do it hot glue like I am, just know you might burn yourself. I burned myself quite a bit while working on this, and that's why there's all the glue stains on them. But you just want to know, I just want to make it very clear. You may burn yourself if you use hot glue. Sewing might be the safest path for you. However, if you don't care about burning your hands like I do, I burn my hands so much that it doesn't even really hurt anymore. Then you're going to want to use hot glue, as that's the best way you can get yours to look accurate like mine. Accurate to mine, not accurate like mine, whatever. You're obviously also going to want some fabric scissors, glue gun, and tons of glue sticks. That should be good. Alright, while my glue gun's heating up, I'm going to go over the first thing you're going to want to do. We're going to work on the body first. So for the body, you're going to want to take these 2 pieces, and you're going to want to glue or sew along this edge to this edge, and do the same on both sides. Do not flip it inside out, just hot glue on both sides, and then just wait for the next step. Alright, I've just finished gluing it. As you can see, I've glued it along the sides, and like this. You're gonna wanna make sure, don't do it like this. I feel like I forgot to mention that, but don't do it like that. So, you wanna do it like this. This is how I make the body for like my baby from FNAF plushes. Like, this is how I made the body for 8-Bit Baby and Broiler Baby. So, you're gonna wanna now cut out a piece of blue fabric, a circle piece, and then you're gonna glue it along the sides of this. A circular blue piece. I'd recommend waiting till it's done. As you can see, I did it on this one too. This is for the bottom. So I want to make this very clear. Check before you do anything sewing wise or stitch or gluing wise. Watch through the entire video first, please. So So like this, you're gonna wanna have like a blue piece of fabric that's like this. What I did was I just cut out a blue circle and then put the hot glue onto the sides of the white pieces of fabric, and then attach the blue circle to it, and then cut around the circle to make it look like this. Afterwards, you're gonna flip it inside out like that. Now, I want to be very clear. If you're gluing, there might be glue stains on the bottom. If they're along the side, you might not have to worry about it. However, if they're on like just in the middle of the bottom, just try ripping them off. It might damage the fabric a bit, but it might in the end look better. As you can see, it's around the same size as this one. Maybe just a little bit smaller on the bottom. But it will still work. Now you're gonna want to just stuff it full of stuffing. That's another thing I forgot to mention you're gonna need stuffing. Just like that. Now, I gotta decide, do I want to show you how to make the limbs next, or design the body next? I'm gonna just get the limbs out of the way. For the limbs, you're gonna want these. I'm gonna start with the legs. So for the legs, or actually the arms, you're gonna put hot glue along. Now, this is the part where you might burn yourself quite a bit. I did this when I was trying to make the peashooter zombatany. You're gonna want to put glue along the side of this, then twirl it, then spin this around to the point where this side of the other side is what's gluing onto this. You might burn yourself during doing this. It's very difficult. So I made this. I actually got another different piece of fabric. Sorry if you hear dogs barking in the background, but as you can see here, we got this will be the first of the arms. Just do it with all four of the pieces of fabric, the 2 gray and the 2 brown that I showed you at the beginning. Cut those out, then sew them or glue them the same way I showed you how to. You might need to do it differently if you're sewing, but I don't know. And yeah, I'll be back when I finish that. Right, there we go. We've got these 4 done now. Do I wanna put the additions onto them first, or do I wanna glue them on first? Alright, so we're just gonna go over the additions to them. So this is the part we're gonna do the arms first. This is the part where you're gonna want some gray fabric. And basically what you're gonna do, you're gonna take gray fabric, don't worry why it's all cut weird, and you're gonna cut it into the basic shape of a hand. So like this, you're gonna need 4 of them, and you're gonna do that 4 times. So I'll do it off camera, obviously. All right, so I have the 4 pieces of the hands. It's all right if some are a bit like demented looking and not really cut perfectly. Just take the better ones and put them on top, and then make the worst looking ones go face the inside of the body, because those are gonna be less likely to be seen. So you're gonna wanna just glue them together. So you don't need to, you can glue like right over the thumb. You don't have to have the thumb stuffed. The thumbs on this aren't stuffed and it still looks fine. So just go through with that. And just glue around the edges of them except for the bottom. Then, yeah. And just like that, I've glued them together and also taken the liberty of stuffing them. If you have trouble stuffing something into stuffing, if you have trouble stuffing something that you've glued or sewed together, use a glue stick to just shove it in, or a pencil or something. It makes it easier. You're gonna want to also stuff the limbs as well. So you can just use the glue stick. That's what I use because it fits. So just use that and it should hopefully work. So I'll be back when I'm done that. Okay, now these are all stuffed. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take these, take the most stuffed side. You're gonna want to leave one side of it that it's not super stuffed at one end. Take the most stuffed end and take the open part of the hand and then hot glue around the hand and then just kind of stick it in there. There's another part where you might burn yourself, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. So I'll be back once I finish this up. Just like that, I've attached them on. Attached pretty well. If we take this one over here, you can definitely tell that they're pretty much the exact same. I did use a slightly different fabric. This is not felt I used for the brown. I used felt for the brown, all the brown on him, but I ran out of brown felt, so I'm just using a softer fabric. So, that's the only difference. I'm gonna just get rid of these strings. You're also going to want to put a little glue in here and then squeeze it shut. You can cut any glue that comes out of it. Squeeze it shut on the line. This is for when we attach it, so it's just easier to attach. So you're going to want to make sure that the way you do it, that's exactly lined up with the sewing on the arm, on the hand. And I guess the sewing / glue on the back as well. So you're going to want to make sure it's as lined up as possible. Then afterwards, you're going to cut out an egg shape, 4 pieces of an egg shape type thing for the shoes on the zombie. And yeah, I'll be back when I do that. So just like that, you're going to want to glue them closed. And this is around the same size I made the feet for this one. So you're going to want to cut a couple pieces of fabric that are... This is much smaller than the foot on the zombie. You can make it the same size as the foot on the zombie, but I didn't personally. So you're going to want to just make an oval-like shape, oval eggish-like shape for the shoes. Cut out 4 pieces. And then afterwards, you're going to glue them together all around, flip them inside out, stuff them, and then glue them closed. After you do that, you're going to take the smaller side of the feet, take the less stuffed side of the leg, and just hot glue it on. Put the hot glue on the leg and then attach it to the foot. And make sure that which leg you're attaching it to makes sense for the foot. So don't make 2 right feet. Make sure you make 2 left feet. 1 right and 1 left. What am I saying? My bad. My bad speaking wise. But you're gonna do that, and yeah. Just like that. They're now attached. And now we're gonna go back to the body. We're gonna start off. You're gonna want to take the red fabric, cut a tie-like shape out. You can barely see it, but I did put a tie on my other one. So cut a tie-like shape out and just attach it to the front side. Decide which side you want to be the front. And then in the exact middle of the front-ish, you want to just hot glue on the tie. And I'll cut to it. I'm kind of surprised at how well this turned out. But yeah. Then you're going to want to get a piece of brown fabric and want to completely wrap it around the body. I'll cut back to when I have it cut out. Another thing is you definitely want to leave some white space at the bottom. So I have it cut out right here. Then you're going to just cut it, so the sides of it, kind of like this. Just so you can have the opening to where you can see the tie, like this, the opening like that. Also, you can add the little lines there. I personally didn't, but you can do that if you want. So yeah, just got it like this. Don't hot glue it yet, because you're gonna want to get a strip of blue fabric that goes around the bottom waist, pretty much. And yeah, so yeah, like this. And basically, you're gonna just wrap it around. Always start wrapping it around at the back, so it's least visible. You're gonna hot glue it on, and then wrap it around, and then hot glue it all the way around, and stop when you get up to here. Then cut off the remaining fabric. Another important note is you're gonna want it to be down a bit so that you can hot glue it around the blue part as well, so that there won't be any white showing underneath. So if you look here, you can definitely see you can see the white through. However, now you go underneath, because you left a bit of the slab open, a bit of the piece open. You can put hot glue in there and then squeeze it closed and hide all the white pieces that are left showing, like that. So while there's glue stains, you can no longer see the white. The glue stains are a bit annoying, but I'll get used to it. Now you're gonna want to attach the brown fabric. What you're gonna do is you're gonna wrap it around. Hold up. So you're gonna wrap it around like this, and then you're gonna hot glue the top bit of the brown fabric to this bit of the brown fabric. You're not gonna hot glue it all around, because this is what I did with this plush, and in the end, when I attached the arms, it ended up getting attached to the head, so it won't move around. So just hot glue it like this, and you should be fine. Just like that, it is now attached. Now we're gonna be attaching the limbs. We're gonna start with the arms. You're gonna take whichever arm you want to be on the side, you want to be on the inside, you're gonna take it, you're gonna hot glue it onto the flat side, and then attach it right onto where the arm should be. You're gonna do the same with both arms. Now we're going to attach legs. I think I forgot to mention that you need to also like hot glue. Camera, can you focus? Camera. Okay, it's focused now, I think. You're gonna also need to... There we go, I got it to focus. You're gonna also need to hot glue this part closed on the legs as well. I think I forgot to mention that. So now you're gonna attach the legs to the body, just like right here. The important thing is you're gonna put the glue on the legs, and then you just need to stick it right onto like where the hot glue is. It's very important to do that because that's the way that the legs are gonna be able to move when you have it sitting or standing. That's how it's gonna work. Because if you hot glue it just like this, it's only going to be standing, or if you hot glue it like this, it's only going to be sitting. You need to hot glue it so that the line is specifically on this part of the seam, is specifically on that seam. You got to be very specific. Another important thing to do is when you're attaching the legs, don't just stick it on and then let go. You're going to need to hold it till the glue dries. It's a very important step. Just like that, they're now attached, and you know they can move. This one's a little bit more flimsy, it might break, so I might need to re-glue that a bit, as you can see. So now what you're going to do is you're going to get some blue pieces of fabric, and you're going to wrap them around the leg. It's very important that you keep an eye on both sides while doing this, because you want to, again, you want to do what you did with the brown part when making the pants. You gotta make sure that there's extra room so that you can hot glue in this, otherwise you'll end up having something that when the leg moves down, you'll see the gray. As you can see, you can't really, when I move the legs down, you can barely see the gray on this. So yeah, it's very specific. Every time I'm saying something's very specific, it's actually not super hard to do, but you just gotta make sure to pay attention. Alright, there we go. We've got the legs and the pant legs fully attached now. I just gotta shake it real quick. I'll take care of all the like strings and stuff after I'm done recording the DIY itself. So that's pretty much the whole body done. You can, like the regular zombies, they do have buttons, but I only have one button from the brown coat plush I used to make the All-Star zombie. I could have used the clothes from that to make the zombie, but I'm saving those for a different zombie someday. And I wanted these two to be similar since they're pretty much the same zombie. So now we're going to be moving on to the head. I'm going to clean up this space, get rid of all the stuff I used for the body. Just know in the future, I might reference this video when I'm talking about making a zombie body. I might be like, oh, check out the zombatany video to learn how to make a zombie body like I do, because I didn't feel like doing it in this video. So just know you're going to want to come back. If you're here from a future video, hi. If not, you're going to want to remember how to make this. So if you're making a peashooter zombatany, you're going to want lime green, dark green, black, and white fabric for the head. And basically, you're going to follow the head pattern almost to the exact same as I'm going to make it, except you're going to cut out, with dark green, you're going to cut out a leaf-like shape, 2 pieces of it, glue them together, then glue them to the back of the head. However, for snow pea, if you're making a snow pea like I am, you're going to want this blue-ish color fabric. I'm using this color fabric because I'm pretty sure it's the most accurate to the snow pea plush. As you can see, I have a picture of the snow pea plush up on my computer right here, and this is the color fabric I'm using. So that's going to be the color fabric I will be using for the head of this. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to cut out 2 circles that are around the same size as this. And that's going to be for the sides of the head. Make sure it's a little bigger. If you already made one, make sure it's a little bigger than like the thing you're going to want. So you're going to want 2 shapes around this size-ish. I need something to compare it to. Here's a Magic the Gathering card to compare it to. There you go. Then you're gonna basically cut a long piece of the color fabric that you're using. Should be about this wide because this is gonna make up the front of the head. I gotta sneeze real quick. Yeah, you're gonna be doing that. So we go, just like that. Woo, I'm full of energy. Woo. So then you're gonna take the first piece of fabric and you're gonna start gluing this around it. Important note, you're gonna want to, when gluing it, always put the glue onto this first. Do not put it on this. That's gonna make it messy, especially when you try to turn it inside out like this. If you want to turn it out, say, inside out clean, what you're gonna need to do is put the glue on, and then start with a piece of fabric on the inside, and then push it onto it, so that the bits of glue come out here. That's what's gonna make it look good. I know it's a bit hard to explain, but I'll show you when I have it glued. So this is what I have so far. I just gotta attach the last piece on. So you're gonna want to make sure it looks like this. You don't want all these. You want all these glue stains on this side before you flip it inside out. Because if you do it, if it's all over the place before you flip it inside out. If it's not all over the place before you flip it inside out, I mean, that means it's gonna be all over it when you flip it inside out, and that's what's gonna end up looking bad. Because you either have to make the choice to have glue stains all over it that you can't remove, or have it not be flipped inside out, which looks honestly probably a lot worse, but both look really bad. So now you're gonna just attach this on. This time around, you're gonna want to put the glue on this and then attach it, I think that's what you're gonna want to do. Yeah, you're gonna want to do that. And yeah, you can cut this if it doesn't fully fit. Just leave one part of it open. I'd recommend the part that has this around it, on it. Leave a part like right there. Then you can flip it inside out. So we'll get right to that. Alright, so just like this. This part, there are two parts on this where I did have to patch up. Like, there was the part where obviously I flipped it inside out, and then there was the part where there was just a tiny hole. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take this part with this little latch on it, and you're going to put hot glue around the edge of the white part of this, and then stick on the head. Make sure the bottom of the head is where this is, so it'll help it look better. Now that I have these two blue circles cut out, you're going to hot glue all around them, stick them together, then flip them inside out. This is for the shooting part of the snow pea and the peashooter or whatever. Then you're going to hot glue it onto the front of the face. So I'll skip to when I've done that. Alright, so now we got this. The original pieces of fabric are right here. I cut bigger pieces. You're gonna want some pretty big pieces, around the same size as this, in all honesty, you're gonna want to have. And then you're going to just glue it to the front of the face. That's what you're going to want to do next. Only put glue in like the center piece right here and then attach it. Don't just glue all over it. We want it to look like it would work. Actually, let's just cut out a circle of black fabric and put it in the center here first, in all honesty. Like that. And then just glue it on. Alright, now on the back side of this I have the glue, so now I'm just gonna put it onto the face. Then hold it into place, because we don't want it to fall off. Once you do that, you're gonna want to cut out two black ovals for the eyes. Something that looks like that. Another thing you could have done, which is what I did on this, is for the little slit, you could just put the mouth over that. That's what I did on this blush. I forgot I did that on this blush. But, you know, putting it on the bottom also works. Alright, then you're going to take the two black ovals you made and just stick them onto the face. Not like that. Like that! And then you're going to glue them on. And then you're going to take two little white circles and you're going to glue them onto the corner of the eyes. For the little shines in the eyes, or the little light reflection in the eye. Alright, just like that. They're attached. The gun on this one, the shooter on this one is a bit bigger, and I just noticed that, and it's kind of annoying, but what can you do? For the back, again, I said you're going to want to add the leaf if you're doing the regular pea shooter, but since I'm doing this, you're going to want to add like little ice shards to the back. So I'm going to cut those out right now. So I've cut them out. I did not make them the exact same because I want them to kind of layer over each other to make it look like there's more ice shards there. So yeah, I'm going to glue them together now. Alright, and it's attached. So I'll clean it up in a moment, but yeah, that's pretty much the whole tutorial. Hope you enjoyed, and you know, if you do follow this tutorial and make one of these, comment down below and tell me that you made one, and make a video showing them off, and just tell me when you do that, and I'd love to see it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!